Hi students, welcome back to the next lecture on vector fields. So talking about vectors, it's not new to you. So you would have heard about vectors and scalars in your lower classes. So to give a small revision in the vectors and scalars, so let me tell you what is first scalar is. So scalar is representation of value or the magnitude alone, which represents only the value of the particular quantity. So it will not refer to its direction. For example, if I say a man weighs 55 kg, means it's a value, it's just the magnitude of that weight. And if I say the room temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, this represents only the value where there is no direction or the position of that point. And similarly, if I say the distance is 25 kilometers, it's just the value. We have not referred to any position, or we have not said about the direction of any movement here. But in terms of the vector, if it is vector, we will represent in both magnitude and direction. Will both include the magnitude and the direction. The best example is a man who is driving a car at a speed of 70 kilometers per hour towards north or any direction, south, or towards any name of a city. I say towards Delhi, so it means you're going north, and so on. So if I say in this direction, or I say a force of 17 Newton is applied on the object in a direction of in the forward direction, So from this we can say that the object is going to move in some direction, forward direction or reverse direction, depending upon the position of the object. So if I say both the magnitude and the direction, then it represents the vector. And if I represent the quantity only in terms of magnitude or in the terms of value, it gives you only the scalar. Okay, so in generally, if I say the point A, which is x, y, z, it is absolutely known it is a Cartesian system, Cartesian coordinate system. So if I split and say what is a Cartesian value system, let me write it as Ax, Ay and Az, where Ax, Ay and Az are the components of the xyz, the value of xyz. Okay, and to mention its position or to refer its direction, I will include an unit vector which is termed as Ax, and here it is Ay and it is Az. So if I write a value, or if I write the coordinate system in terms of both, this is magnitude or the value of the component, and if I represent it through an unit vector, then this both will refer to the vector quantity of A. So in generally, this vector quantity of A will be represented A and an arrow over it is equal to Ax, I am writing the magnitude, into small ax vector, which is an unit vector, plus Ay into its unit vector Ay vector, plus Az into its unit vector Az vector. So this is how it is represented. And if you want to find the magnitude, if you have given with an a vector value, if the vector value is in terms of Cartesian system, this is the vector value. So I will mark this as, this is a vector represented in terms of Cartesian coordinate system. So we can represent a vector even in a cylindrical coordinate system and also spherical coordinate system. For an explanation, I am taking the Cartesian coordinate system and I am explaining you this. So if I want to, if suppose I am given with this Cartesian coordinate system, they are asking me to find what is the magnitude. Then I have to find the magnitude. To find the magnitude, I have to take a modulus of this A vector, which is nothing but just A. It can be written as just A, which is nothing but the sum of the squares of individual components, which is ax square plus ay square plus azz square and its whole root. You will sum up all the squares of the components from these vector quantities, and then you will represent the what? You will put the root value of it, you will get it. And in the same way, if I want to find the unit vector which is represented as a vector, small a vector, that is suffix doesn't matter, ax or ay or az will have the same unit vector. So if I have this, it is nothing but a vector divided by the modulus of a vector. That is, you are cancelling out, you are removing the a vector. So in generally from this I can represent my a vector is equal to modulus of a, or just the magnitude and the direction a vector. Okay, so this is how simply this can be done. So now for an instance, let me tell you how the addition is performed between two vector quantities. For example, let me consider two vectors. The same, I'll take this ax a vector as like this, so which is ax into ax vector plus ay vector plus az vector, and the second vector I am taking as b vector, which is bx and ax vector. Don't worry, we need not put into bx vector. Unit vector need not be represented as bx vector, because the unit vector at each position or each coordinate will be going to be the same. I mean to say, ax vector, ay vector, az vector all going to be the same. So you can represent in terms of x. So that doesn't matter. So you can again write like this. So by ay vector plus bz az vector. So if I have been given with this two Cartesian coordinate as a vector form, if I want to perform the addition, it's very simple. I can write it as a vector plus b vector will be given as, just add the magnitude separately for x term and y term separately. So it is given as ax plus bx of ax vector plus ay plus by of ay vector plus az plus bz of the unit az vector. So this is how it is added. But similarly, in case of a vector minus b vector, we can write it as ax minus bx, the magnitude, and ax vector plus ay plus by into ay vector plus az plus bz into az vector. So adding and subtracting between two vectors is very easy. You can directly write it by adding or subtracting the components of x, y, z separately. So I can do it. So in the next lecture, we will see how the dot and the cross product, that is, what is dot product and what is the cross product, we tell you. So it's a simple we have a formula for it, then we'll see the problems also.